Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka XDC. I know that a lot of people don't call it Xinfin anymore, but that was the original, name of it. So as we really kind of look at this project, today we are going to be addressing on why XDC is a must-hold asset, especially for the future financial system. We are going to go over some wild connections with some very significant names, obviously starting with R3 and then going from R3 and really kind of connecting the dots all the way to the end with the BIS. So definitely stay tuned till the end of the video. And with that being said, let's just start off with this tweet here from Chad Steingraber, and he's talking about R3. So in a recent video talking about XRP, I did tie XRP back to R3, which is not hard to do at all, but we were mainly talking about crypto derivatives because now we see R3 really talking about this heavily after we seen Ripple, get tied back to the ISDA, and also Algorand's tied to the ISDA as well. But nonetheless, we do see that derivatives always were and will always be the end game. And this is from R3. And we do see, did you know R3's Corda was leveraged in the risk management processes for the first uncleared crypto options trade on Clear Markets regulated platform? This represents a major breakthrough for the industry, more to come. And if we actually click here, there's a reply that has just the XDC logo. Now this is from someone that is holding XDC, obviously, but it's also very good to note that look at the individuals tied back to this. You have the executive officer, head of blockchain, SBI Holdings. Xinfin also recently partnered with SBI. We know SBI is tied back to Ripple with XRP as well. It seems as though, listen, the two major holdings here that you should have 100% in your portfolio are XRP and XDC. These two are crucial. They are the only two major ones tied back to R3 and Corda. These two tokens can be utilized as settlement tokens within Corda as well, but there's going to be some shocking developments around XDC that you probably want to hear in this video as well. Over here from R3, global leaders from Citi, Capgemini, IDC, and Morgan Stanley recently joined R3's Corda Day to share their views on the digitization of physical assets, the regulatory landscape, and the need for interoperability. The tokenization of financial assets, everything of value will be tokenized eventually. I've said this many, many times. I've talked about the $300 trillion plus global real estate market. I've talked about the $100 trillion equities market, the $300 trillion debt markets, everything of value. And even when we talk about derivatives themselves, that's a $600 trillion notional value market. And it has been predicted that has been, $1.2 quadrillion at some points in time. But as we really kind of look at the future of finance, I do believe that we are looking at it. It's, DLT, blockchain, crypto. And even when we go over here, so this is March of 2021, which I'm sure that you guys are all aware of this by now. If you're not, that's okay. But here we have Xinfin's XDC becomes the leading token of value on the Corda network thanks to the DASL crypto bridge. This bridge we've talked about many times back in 2021 and 2022, actually, discussing the significance of XDC with DASL and also R3 Corda. What I do want you guys to understand is that this bridge is an adaptable technology solution for digital assets built on Corda and uniquely designed to be interoperable with other DLTs to allow for a consolidation of technology over time. The launch of the first Corda to crypto bridge powered by DASL means that value can move freely between the Corda public network and other leading public blockchain networks. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this because interoperability is going to be a crucial thing that we focus on this video, and these bridges are crucial. We do see with this unique bridging technology, data can be recorded privately on the Corda network while limited data sets are transferred to the XDC public network, in essence mitigating institutional risk and turning Corda into a hybrid network. By extension, this shared ledger will connect the XDC token with every other core dApp on the public Corda network. Now, with this, we also have a quote from the co-founder of Xinfin. Regulatory agencies and financial institutions have selected both Corda and the XDC network as suitable platforms to engage with blockchain technology. They did not just randomly throw a dart at a board. Think about that. Between Corda and XDC, these were the only two major ones selected as suitable platforms to engage with blockchain technology from the regulatory agency side and financial institutional side. XDC is one of the most overlooked absolute giants in this space, even today at 6 cents. Also, with Impel, this is another huge development. This is redefining the standard for cross-border payments and financial messaging. Again, through ISO 20022 standardization and a bridge to the R3 Corda platform to future-facing banks and fintechs. This is another huge development around Xinfin. I think everyone should be paying attention to XDC right now. I know that we talk about XRP all the time, but listen, XDC is just as bullish, if not, it's even slightly more bullish, considering the fact that it has these major connections already in place. And also, shout out to Crypto Nair D and Crypto Eddie. This is from June 11th of this year. We do see XDC R3's Corda Settler with XRP was a similar use case to Impel, but unfortunately the implementation did not gain traction. Impel is currently the only bridge provider to the R3 Corda blockchain. Listen closely. It's a minute second.
Within the XRP community, we talk about the Corda Settler, which can settle with digital assets, including XRP, and then just, R3's Corda. What's the difference if there is any difference?
Yeah, well, so apparently what they had started that was really announced back in December 2018.
Correct.
I would say. Mm-hmm. And it's a very similar concept to what Impel brings to market. It's about moving digital assets onto the R3 Corda platform, to the Corda apps, and then off again back onto the blockchain. So it's a very similar concept. Unfortunately or fortunately, that implementation did not gain traction. And really, to be frank, I think it was still quite early on adoption at the time as it was. They were really forerunners in their thinking. Unfortunately for them, it just did not work out as they had expected.
So there you guys have it. And as we really kind of look at Impel and Xinfin, it seems as though these are the major players in town around R3 and R3 Corda. And even over here, we have our CEO and founder, Troy Wood, spending quality time at the Inside R3 booth at CBOS 2022, talking about Impel's officials, Corda blockchain, a bridge to the XDC network. And here you guys have him at the R3 Corda booth. This is, again, it's just... I want you guys to realize, right, that R3 Corda is not some random platform out there. They are working with some of the elite institutions and regulatory agencies out there. Also, back in April, the Central Bank of the UAE selects R3, G42 Cloud, and Clifford Chance to assist the CBUAE in implementing its CBDC strategy. We know R3 is working on significant developments around CBDCs and this transformation around the financial infrastructure. And we all do see that this is talking about cross-border CBDC transactions, trade settlement. I mean, this is a perfect viewpoint for Xinfin. And we also do see here R3 Corda's, the world's leading permission distributed application platform, is specifically designed for institutions operating in highly regulated environments, making it an ideal foundational technology for central banks to issue and distribute CBDCs. Its interoperability and asset fluidity means that central banks can move digital currencies openly and freely across network boundaries using well-defined trusted exchange protocols that meet regulatory demands for privacy and security. And the reason why I bring this up is we are seeing this development happening extremely fast, and it's all centered out on central banks, regulatory agencies, institutions. I mean, like, this is crucial to focus on. We are seeing the digital transformation happening around whole economies. And we know in the UAE, Xinfin recently made a ton of noise. This is crucial to mention. Also, August 16th, today, R3 posted this. Project Rosalind concluded that a British CBDC could be coming to the UK very soon. The Bank of England and the BIS, plus multiple ecosystem innovators, including R3, helped identify a range of use cases to shape finance. Do you guys remember who was tied back to this? Quant. Quant was collaborating with the BIS and the Bank of England on Project Rosalind. What was this all centered around? Oh yeah, that's right. API technology around central banks and CBDCs. Connectivity, interoperability, transforming the underlying infrastructure of the financial this is the financial system. The whole infrastructure of the financial system is being upgraded. And Quant is a foundational piece of this as well. But the reason why I bring up Quant is because when you go over to the Quant platform, the Overledger platform, which is all through API connectivity, I've included this in the past as well, guess what? XDC is one of the major players here, tied back with XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, major other players like Hyperledger Basu and Hyperledger Fabric, you name it. Now, within this, we do see Project Rosalind develops a prototype application programming interface, API, for retail CBDC systems and explores ecosystem innovation. This is literally disrupting every single aspect of life, all through API designs, privacy models, security and private sector programmability. This is all focusing heavily on interoperability as well. And R3 is tied back to this. Now, why do I mention this? Because the public and the private sector are working together heavily on these major developments. And if you are sitting here and wondering, like, you know, why am I mentioning Xinfin? Well, because we know that R3 is working with them as well, but also we know that Xinfin is tied back to R3, especially through like even Impul as well, which is cross-border payments, and then also trade finance. BIS actually has been heavily focused on digitizing trade finance as well. Here you guys have digitizing trade finance seeks to address the significant gap in global trade financing by working with the public and private sectors to identify and develop technologies and associated technology standards that facilitates connections between digital islands, trade finance inclusion for small and medium-sized enterprises, and trade tech for emerging market economies. Conceptually, there are two approaches to bridge the trade financing gap: overcome the pain points due to information asymmetry between creditors and borrowers, and then also deal with ecosystem connectivity instead of pain points in a single ecosystem, all through APIs. The aim is to increase interoperability amongst trade finance platforms so that network size and effects can be maximized. For instance, a trade finance API standard for cross-region data sharing could link various ecosystems. The failure of many platforms to attract a critical mass of users is often due to a lack of end-to-end digitization. Trade tech has boundless potential to eliminate the inefficiencies prevalent in today's trade finance sphere. COVID-19 has made it difficult to go about business in the traditional way, but its silver lining is that corporates realize the need to speed up the digitization of trade finance. In this project, we plan to pursue these goals by continuing to work with the public and private sector. I want you guys to understand that the BIS collaborating on these major innovations through names like Quant, for an example, with R3, which have ties back to Xinfin, both of them do. This is crucial. Every single aspect of life will be disrupted. Trade finance is a market that has been ripe for disruption. Standardization is here, and it's all through API functionality and connectivity. I am so excited about this. And the craziest part about all of this is that even Impul itself is API plug and play. That's right. For those that don't know, I don't know if it's going to be, so here you guys have, API is mentioned multiple times on this. I don't know, there it is. So transactions are routed through a secure API that leverages layer 2 security developed by a team with decades of experience providing secure technology infrastructure for banks and fintechs. And again, like all of this, it's all going to be crucial to have that API plug and play technology, which most of these platforms, most of these innovations do. But that's like the focus point, especially even with the collaboration with the BIS and the Bank of England. And even going all the way back to even 2020, which is when this was posted, they knew that digitization of trade finance is going to be a crucial area of focus as well. And it's going to require public and private sector initiatives. And it's all through, again, API standardization with trade finance to attract critical mass of users and have that end-to-end digitization really kind of realized in. This is why I say focus on Xinfin and XDC, because so many people are so clouded by just XRP. And listen, I make XRP videos all the time. I love talking about XRP. I'm very bullish on XRP. I'm also very bullish on XLM, but XDC is also one that I've said is a very special token that everyone should be holding. And I was saying this at 3 cents. I was saying it going all the way back to 2021 as well. And I will continue talking about XDC and Xinfin because I do think that this is a major pioneered token for the institutional grade sector and the even regulatory side of things as well. Xinfin has a first mover advantage to it. And I even said this when it was at 3 cents. I said that trade finance is probably going to be the first industry that gets a lot of innovation from the DLT and blockchain side of things first. And guess what? It is starting. I'm so damn excited for this. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. It's up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this. People, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.